Welcome to the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. Virgo, this is your reading for all placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, stack 6th house, etc. And we have the Starman Tarot. Thanks for joining us. Your likes and shares and subscribes really help the channel. Please join us in the future and help others get their messages. The universe comes through. We are a channel. We are an oracle. We are an Akashic record reader. We are an astrologer. We are an acupuncturist. We are an herbalist. And we have 2 cards out of the gate here. We have the Moon and the 6 of Swords. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold is what I'm hearing. That's your answer. There's people who are spewing garbage, like kind of behind your back. Like if you knew that they were talking about you behind your back, you'd stand up to them and it wouldn't be a problem. But it's like you're not seeing that they're doing that. But the universe wants to bring it to your attention that there are some people talking some shit. So, now remember, when the time comes to confront them, because that's what this is telling you about, you don't have to be cruel to them. You don't have to attack them back. Stand strong in your truth and find your words from a calm place and not a place where you're triggered, all right? We have the Judgment card here. There will be hell to pay is what I'm hearing. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Yeah, you know it. You know it. There's a lot of limey. I'm hearing limey. Limey. The growth factor from this circumstance is really what you want to focus on more than who said what to whom, and focusing on the underhanded shit, because that's not really what's important. What's important is what you're learning about yourself through the process of this conflict, and also reflecting to see where in your own mind do thoughts betray you. And that's a nudge from the universe to do a little bit more mindfulness work, meditation work. It's really important that you recognize that your mind is the birthplace for the scenarios and setups that the universe brings you. So you want to focus your attention more on stillness and kindness and just being in acceptance of what is, focusing on what it is you're learning through this once again, rather than what anyone did, okay? Queen of Wands. There is a real sense of empowerment here. You are not the same woman you used to be, and I'm getting woman here, and you're not the same woman that you used to be. And we have 10 of Wands. You're not allowing people to dump on you anymore. You're like, hell no. Okay? This is this old energy, people dumping on you, leaving you out, like throwing you away, like There's a lot of slander. Okay, that's the past shit though. Or it's like this is what you're moving. Like you're moving. It's in the past and in the present is what I'm getting. It's like there's that process still happening here. Let's pull some other cards. We got some angel messages coming in here. Let's see what there's coming through these cards here. We have Rochelle. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. The Adriana at the bottom. I'm leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I'm communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. Okay, so you have a spirit guide with you right now. You know, regardless of the name here on the card, there is a guide coming in for you, okay? And if Adriana resonates for you, go with this Adriana. But there is a guide for you. And they're here. You have two, really, okay? One of them's focusing on showing you the next direction in your life or the next big steps that you have to take. And you're only getting a few steps at a time. You have to really just follow the torch and trust that the universe is leading you, okay? And then you have another guide here who's a little bit more focused on your material, like earthly experience, okay? Let's pull some of these. What do we have here? Three of Pentacles. Watering, watering, watering. There's a lot of watering happening. You have to give growth like time. It takes time to grow things while you maintain and water. Let's see here. There's someone who's coming in to allow you the space to open things up in your life. You have to open things up in your life. Here, what's this one? 5 of Cups. It's been like, okay, there's been a lot of real nasty emotions, okay? A lot of real nasty emotions. And the universe is trying to lead you away from giving rise and giving into that kind of stuff because it's really toxic for you. And you need to know that. That's the thing. There's growth here when you allow the truth to cut through all that fluff, okay? You have to apply reason, you have to apply logic. There's a real sense of being clouded in like irrational thinking because of the lack of neurological regulation in your body. It's recommended that you take a yoga class weekly, if not more. And there are ways to work for the yoga studio sometimes if money seems to be a problem. You can also look at that stuff online. Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's really going to be the thing that's going to slice through those really tough emotions. Because what happens is your perception gets clouded and you can't see. So then you're inside of the storm, essentially. You're inside of that emotional storm it's thundering, it's lightning. You can't get the fuck out of there sometimes. And that's the thing. The universe says, do some yoga, do something that cuts through it. And that's what you have to give yourself time to grow and water things as you go, okay? And don't worry, because we have the Hierophant here. The universe is always talking to you through different messages in life, and it's always trying to teach you in order to help you grow and have like a better life. So, but sometimes we can think, oh my God, I'm like the worst thing ever. And we get in these patterns of thought and you can't get out of it. But the universe wants to help you out of it. And all you got to do is continuously follow your intuition and do your best every time. You know, when you catch yourself in those storms, what can you do to nourish yourself while you're going through that? Essential oils are really recommended for you. Highly recommend frankincense, myrrh, and vetiver, which is a grass, and it's very rooty and earthy. It's very important that you get some essential oils for yourself and cut through that shit. It's going to help you release the emotions, and then you'll have a little bit more clarity of mind. You can discern between thoughts better, which is going to help you bring in a better manifestation in your life. You're going to have better ideas. You're going to have better thoughts. It's going to like turn on the lights for you. And then you're going to be able to see deeper into your life path once, you know, you're able to have more discerning thinking patterns, okay? That brings better times in the manifestation, and that's what you need to know here. But we have a Tower, and this is one of those times in life where everything is seeming to be really mixed up. And that's what the Tower does sometimes. It kind of like spins us around. You know when you're playing, what's the game? Piñata. You get the piñata and you put the blindfold on and you get the bat, and then you gotta hit the piñata, right? So they spin you around and confuse you so you don't actually hit the piñata, because everyone wants a turn before you break all the candy out. So if that has some resonance for you, there's a definite cracking open here. It's something you've been waiting for. It's been calculated, like you're accounting for this already, but it's just not coming in yet. But it definitely does. You've got to understand that constantly being on the war path is preventing this other coin from coming in here. You're waiting for this shit to come in, but the reason it's not is because you've been on the war path. But this is the thing that the universe is coming in to say, that you're going to need to balance out your energy, and you will. You're going to surprise yourself here, but it's taking you time to put some things down. And, you know, there's a bit of an illusion here, something that's unseen. We have the moon again here. It's like there's something that's been unseen, but it's like now there's this revelation, and there's more of a seeing. There's, you know, there's a realization of what was, you know, not the best behavior in life. That was, you know, what you're kind of moving away from. There's that realization that you're processing what you, it's like a forgiveness process, you know. You have to recognize what was done. You have to take accountability for your actions. You have to feel for yourself. There's a bit of surprise here because You're not expecting to see that about yourself, but then you do. But there's this remorse for what you're like not seeing, okay? And then having a disruptive force in your life is what is bringing in this revelation to show you what's in the shadow here that you need to see so that your life can shift and you can be happier, really. Sometimes you have to dig the shrapnel out of the wound before it can heal. And I use this analogy a lot. You'll hear it if you watch this channel. You have to dig the shrapnel out of the wound and then you can heal. Otherwise, it just doesn't ever heal right, okay? This is helping you move forward in life and definitely helping you balance out some karma with your family members. And there's like kind of like a nod from the ancestors here in a way is what I'm getting, okay? Like there's nothing to be ashamed of here. It's just the stuff that you have to work through. You're human. Everybody has this kind of stuff too that they're working through. If this is resonating for you, like this is a complete transformation and it's really good what you're birthing into this next chapter of your life. And you've had to really go through a lot of hard feelings. And you're leaving that old version of yourself behind because you want the good stuff now. You're starting to see the better feelings and how to get them because you're starting to work on your mindset and patterns. This is what's coming, okay? You're going to get through this really black energy and definitely going to be finding better feelings. You're going to know how to work through this like it's old patterns of thought from like old it's the people who used to be in your life. There's kind of like an attitude or like a remnant of them left with you, and it's like that's what's kind of like leaving you. You're birthing something new out of you, and that energy from those old people in your life is gone, okay? I feel like they're giving you a shout out, even like they're pointing out there to you and they're like, hey, you know, thanks for rolling in my life, but they're going to be out of there. They're leaving. It's time. It's totally time for them to go. The clock has told, okay? The clock is told on them. Now, we're going to pull a crystal card here, and then we're going to roll out off this reading. We have a rare success card coming out. We have Goddess Shiwangmu and Master.Light. 5-3, breaking down to an 8. There's a Lion's Gate is what I'm hearing, and that's 8-8. So there's maybe something that happened around that time for you of life, 8-8, or it's coming up this, you know, the next 8-8 when you're watching this. It says, we bring you the empowerment of rare success. You are bringing something utterly unique, special, and precious to the world. Whilst there are creations that are worthwhile and valuable, which can manifest swiftly, there are others that are labors of love requiring diligence, strength, and long-term commitment to bring them to life in the world. These exquisite creations are the divine manifestations of rare success, that which shall stand the test of time and offer a legacy of comfort, encouragement, and divine grace for generations to come. So this is definitely talking about your manifestation, what you're bringing in here. And there are some prayers you can do in life. And it's just saying mantras. Like here's this one that's an example. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to release impatience, distrust, and limitations on what is possible for the divine to manifest. I choose to accept the perfection, grace, and tender love of the divine plan unfolding. Yeah, so you have to let go of the way you think life is, and you have to let spirit unleash that for you. And that can be hard to do, you know. That's one of the advice here. Okay, we have heart healing. It's really important that you know that this process of discovery is painful, but it opens you up every time more psychically. It helps you see who you are more and more and more every time. It shows you what you're made of. You want to choose your heart every time, and sometimes it's difficult because we're so used to being down in the depths and everything like that. You don't have to stay down in the depths. And here's this reminder here that Adriana or whatever other mystical forces or, you know, deceased ancestors and relatives or angels, whatever you believe in, whatever you're surrounded with, your higher self is leading you every time, every moment, every day to the best things in life. And this is your manifestation. And that's what this rare success was talking about, is this manifestation that's coming through. But you have to get through these really hard feelings right now. And that's what the universe is asking you to do, because it's a bit stormy right now. There is work that needs to be done in terms of mindset work and excuse me, needing to take on some type of practice like a yoga or a qigong, some type of a breath work, something that's going to bring mental clarity. Even getting on a treadmill, going to the gym, going for a walk. But I really recommend more like yogic type of work for you here, if this is your reading. And everyone has a little bit different experience, but hopefully these readings can help you at least learn and grow in other aspects if it's not entirely speaking to you. Now, we have a channel and we are an open oracle. We can do Akashic record readings. We also do astrology chart readings. So private readings, we can look into your romance, we can look into your career, your past. What do you need to heal? What are some of your health issues? Whatever you want to talk about, please feel free to email the rainbowgatewayoracle@gmail.com. You can check out our link tree in the description box with our readings. We'll never reach out to you first. Check us out, and we're here to serve you and offer you insight and connection to yourself and source. This is the reading for a open-hearted human being who knows who they are already. And you need to know that your situation is going to get better. You're not in any sort of trouble with the universe. You haven't done anything wrong. And this isn't a punishment, but it feels that way at times, doesn't it? It's really not. But there are things we can't see with our human egos. And what we're doing actually is healing the human ego in certain regards. And that's why we have to sort of drive that truth serum through our stormy emotions with that disciplined yogic practices, because you really need to crack those dark thoughts if you're really going to want to, like, if you're going to be able to unwind the thickness of the twisted mental patterns, okay? You need to be able to unwind the thickness of the twisted mental patterns, and that's why you got to do stuff like yoga. You have to be disciplined about it. You can't go like once a month. You've got to go several days a week. And that's not easy for people to do, to be that disciplined. And you know what? If you're not meant to be that disciplined in this lifetime, don't worry about it. What can you do that feels feasible for you, that even turns the light on just a little bit, okay? Just turn it on just a little bit. You don't have to make big strides. Turn it on a little bit. And what is that for you? Maybe like a more cheerful song? You know, get out of somber town, put on a happier song, you know. Find something more upbeat. And that'll help you to bring you out of this stuff. You know, give yourself a nice bath or whatever you like. Get the essential oils we're talking about here, because you can prevent yourself from doing the things that call to your soul, and that's your choice. But you have to live with it, okay? The universe opens it up for you, but you have to follow it. You have to take that step. Otherwise, you know, we end up with a lot of regret. And that's the thing the universe is telling you to let go of. You're moving on from it, really. You are moving on from it, absolutely moving on from it. There's a sense of accomplishment and winning. It's really noble what you've done in your life here. The universe wants to let you know. Temperance. Okay, yeah. There's total flight, and your karma with this situation is coming from a previous lifetime. There is a desert vibration to it. Yeah, this is really, there's an ancestral lineage to Chichen Itza is what I'm getting here. That's just something popping out here. There's the star. This is perhaps like what you're seeing as you're healing here, because it's like there's something coming to light about this ancestral lineage pattern. Perhaps that's what it is. It's like you're seeing the thing you need to see about your family history here. That's what I'm getting. And we have the Justice card here at the bottom. That's awesome. It's like, it's really balancing that out. It's really balancing that karma out here. I'm having to tell you that there's a safe to be seen coming out here. You're allowed to be out in the open. You don't have to hide. There's nothing you ever need to hide about yourself from anybody. You know, there's the only reason we hide things from everyone is because people judge things, but really you're the one judging yourself more harshly than anyone else. When you stop judging yourself, when you stop allowing other people to guilt you, when you allow yourself to see your own innocence and heal your mind of fear and guilt, which takes a lot of discipline, you are being encouraged to be more open to standing in front of others, because you are in a safe place. And I'm getting this Ace of Wands popping out here. There's an opportunity coming here, and you might be afraid of being seen. You want to allow it, though. You want to allow it. There's a city vibe, like a New York City vibe. Like this maybe we have 4 of Wands. It's a really foundational issue that's being triggered here, okay? With the safe to be seen and everything like that. There's this opportunity coming. It's a fantastic opportunity. And I feel like there is movement, like moving to another place. Whatever it is, it's stable. Two of Wands. And the 6 of Pentacles again. There's a time in the future here where you're going to run into someone, all right? They're going to be defensive, and they're the type of person that can go off half-cocked if you catch them at the wrong time, okay? Don't worry about them, but just be aware that they are a loaded gun. They're not going to fuck with you, all right? But you don't want to get in their way, all right? And that's it. You don't want to be in their way. You just want to, like, they drink. That's the problem. They're a drinker, and you never know when they're going to pop off and, you know, like, sort of disconnect. They, like, disassociate in life, and then there's a need to not engage with them, really. Like, going off and doing your own thing is a lot better for you, and you need to really end that connection. It's bad for you. You know it's bad for you. Don't do it to yourself. And that's it. Don't do it to yourself. The universe can't tell it to you any other way. Don't do it to yourself. That's why it hurts. You know, listen to the Radiohead song. It's called Just. It hurts because you do it to yourself, and that's why it really hurts. But you can get beyond that. You can push beyond that behavior. You don't have to continue to hurt yourself. You can realize you're doing it. Forgive yourself for doing it. It's not your fault that you do it. See, it's such a crazy mind fuck. But this is the thing about the spiritual journey and healing the emotional wounding. But when you heal that stuff, you move beyond it, you feel better. And then you can get the things that you're really looking for in life because you can see what they are. You move past the mental distortion. You move beyond all that feelings and all that stuff that's causing the issues in your life. You let go of those people who are dragging you down, who are preventing you from, look, this is someone that's coming in, okay? You have a really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful connection coming in for you, where you see eye to eye, where you grow together, where you transform together, and you see the brighter side of life, okay? You have to let go of this other person first, though. But I see that you do. You're sick of it. Okay, look, you got all the bones and all the skeletons from the relationship. You got a chance to look at it all, right? Now you got it in your boat. You're cruising away. You're going to go bury this shit. And once you do that, you are going to meet this person. And the universe is like, hey, rare success here, because the shit you've been through in your life, not everybody can overcome it and get through it, okay? But there's still an energy of real dark gloominess and some real funky shadow energy that you're working through. But you are conquering it, okay? You are conquering it. This relationship that's coming after you dump this asshole, you gotta dump him. It's totally gonna be the end of this, like, disempowered feeling. You see how it's like really disempowered here, and then it's like really more, strong, like I got this over here, it's going to be something you can write home about, really, because of how triumphant you're going to feel at the end of this. Like, what are those movies, where at the end of the movie, like, they have to pull the knife out and they, like, overcome that, like, last little threat to their life, and then they heal and win at the end. I feel like that's how you're, that's how it's coming out for you here. There's an offer coming in. It's going to be a really good thing for you. This is this person. There's another message here coming out. Oh my God, the sun. Here we go. It's a really bright future. I get that it's fucked up right now. It's so fucked up. I can't even tell you how fucked up it is. You know it. It's real fucked up. I'm not going to lie to you how fucked up it is. The thing that's really good for you is that it doesn't have to be fucked up forever. And it won't be. It absolutely won't be fucked up forever. There's a few things you have to do. There's just a few things you have to do, and you're going to get onto the other side of it, and you're going to be golden for the rest of time and creation because of the work that you're doing. And that's the thing, is not everybody sees that. And sometimes there's a thing as being too humble, okay? You can take credit for the hard work that you're doing, and there is a lot of stability and structure and routine coming up for you. But you got to really dump this asshole first. I'm telling you, I know it's hard to hear that, honey, but you got to do it. You got to do it. We're rooting for you here at the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. The guides are coming through and letting you know that you can do it. And it's understandable that it feels like, why the fuck do I have to go through this again? Jesus Christ. Every time, look, he's even in here. Look at this. Jesus Christ. He's coming up. You're like, why the fuck do I have to go through this again? And again and again. And that's kind of what I'm getting here, you know. There's a little bit of like still being in that muck, you know, of feelings. But you're going to get through it. Look at this. We have 9 of Pentacles. There's a lot of self-worth issues coming up for you, and you're going to have a lot of really good revelations. You're clearing out some ghosts from the past right now. And you just have to really recognize that there's some wounds that are in the process of being regenerated here. This is helping you sort of heal at an energetic level. You may be needing to do some sound healing here, because I'm seeing this bat and they have like sonar and stuff like that, and you're just kind of like needing some like frequency, some grounding. There's definitely a financial elevation, and there's money coming in for you from this latest endeavor. Now, someone's not doing so well with the news that's coming in here. And these are the people who've been playing mind games and who've been fucking you over in your past. They're not going to be handling shit so well. You need to avoid them, okay? You need to avoid them. It has to do with money. Yeah, there's a real problem here about money and like definitely some retaliation energy. There's a lot of greed and violence coming out here. It's not you. This is what was not being seen at the beginning of the reading, right? This is the way people have been treating you. Someone was like really fucking you on money, something, whatever it is. Like, see how kind of like greed, like, see, there's just like this greedy, grinny, kind of like sinister vibration here with this money coming in here. And we really have this like there's a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of verbal attack, or a lot of real sharp energy that's coming with it. But you're going to be able to say goodbye to it because it's going away. All right? And the universe just needed to reiterate that, because it's not your fault what other people do, and you've had to learn boundaries and you've had to learn the hard way. You can't help it, all right? You're a champion here, and this is like the Wheaties box, you know? Like, I don't know if you know about the Wheaties box and like Mary Lou Retton in like 1984 and all this stuff. Like, that's just what's really coming out is like, you know, getting your like champion medals from the universe for really learning how to balance your time and energy with other people, okay? There's a real recognition of the truth here, and you're not going to take it anymore. You're not going to take it. Don't forget your spirit guides. Call them in. Call them in. Call them in. And every time, anytime it's dark, call them in. Ask your spirit guides, what can I do right now to bring the love into the moment? And take some deep breaths and see what you feel inspired to do. Even if it's like brushing your teeth or something like that, just do that. See where it leads you to. One thing leads to another. And that's just a total shit show. Are you kidding me? Don't do that. Honey, oh my God. I have no way of knowing who you are in the universe at all. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The way you're thinking, it's not coming from you. Those are thoughts, okay? You are what is aware of your thinking, okay? Your thoughts aren't yourself. You have to recognize the difference between your thoughts and yourself. And once you realize that, you're going to find a better idea in your head. But until then, you're going to just keep holding on to that shit. And this is for someone else too, who's like, not actually, the reading isn't for you who I'm talking to, but you know who you are, because your mind is going off and it's going berserk right now. And you're like, how are you talking to me directly? How is she talking to me directly? Well, that's the psychic channel. That's the frequency. We have varying levels of consciousness, and those are opened up through our emotional healing process, which has to do with our neurological makeup, if you will. The channel just started talking, and that's just the way it is sometimes, you guys. We have a moment where words just start coming out of our mouth, and this is the channel to say our mouth, but it's not the reader's words, really. It's the channel's words through the reader. You have to understand, the reader has no ego to be attaching to when it comes to these cards and words. These are for you, for your own growth. But not everybody resonates with the reading because it's not your reading. So when it's not your reading, it doesn't feel like it's your reading. And it feels like, hey, that's not me at all. Well, because it's not your reading. You can get a personal reading if you want it to be your reading. And you can check those out in my description box. This is the universe to tell you that you are magic, and only you can find your own magic if you're willing to follow your intuition wherever it goes. That's the magic key to it all. Follow it and you'll know every time. The universe will make sure you know. It's very scientific. You have to observe that God exists. You can first believe it if you want to, or you can not believe it and say, oh, that's stupid. Whatever you want to do. However, once you start following your intuition, the universe makes sure you recognize God's existence. See, you have to observe it yourself. But I can't necessarily prove it to you. You have to prove it to yourself. That's it. Prove it to yourself, and you don't need to believe in anything because you don't believe, you know. And that's the difference. When you go through a spiritual awakening, you move beyond belief. You don't believe things, you know things. And you don't get so wrapped up in minutia and fanaticism with particular rules and have tos and shoulds and musts and all that, and self-punishment and shaming and all that. You don't have to do that kind of shit in your life, you know. That's the conditioning and the training that some of us were given as children. When we learn different, we can take a different road, you know. We don't have to be on the same road. We can hang a Louie and get out of the town that's screwy. That's what I'm hearing. You have a total Mercury and Sagittarius reading, and we're going to be rolling with Mercury and Sag all the way to a retrograde period, and we're going to be seeing some real strange things and even songs like this one. Having a partner will come. Don't beat yourself up and fill your own cup, and then you will get your person to love. Okay, thank you for enjoying our antics here at the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. These readings are for people who resonate with them. They're also for entertainment. We are a oracle and a channel. We pick up energy and we express it. This is a reading for whoever is called to it, and you're having a psychic reading. That's why you're feeling that way. We are also a healer. We are a Reiki master. We have a crystal grid in the background, which is very healing for anyone who's resonant with crystals. We only use white magic and love and positive vibration and intent. We care for everyone's soul growth and heart openings here, and we are going to be bringing you some healing, and we will be seeing you in our Patreon subscriptions. We are going to be doing romance readings. We're going to be doing romance subscriptions every month. It'll be $14.99. And we're going to be doing 6 readings every month, fresh. And there's going to be different themes. We're going to do twin flame. We're going to do a date night sexual reading. We're going to do a married with children, so with or without children, really. We'll see if that comes through. We're also going to be doing singles looking for love. And then we're going to do another wild card reading. And we're also going to be putting together some other segments on our channel. We're going to be doing you and your person. We're going to stick with our I Ching readings here. And we're going to see what other sort of creative outflow is on the way through the ducts in life. And we are ready to roll. Until next time, we are the Rainbow Gateway Oracle, and we love you every day, all the time.